Hello all, my name is Krishna and welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, today we'll be discussing about the logistic regression part 3, and here we are actually going to discuss how we can solve a multi-class classification problem with the help of logistic regression. Now probably you may have heard only solving binary classification problem statement with the help of logistic regression, but now today in this particular video we'll try to understand one concept which is called as one versus rest, or it is also called as one versus all. How does it actually work? Now, if I'm talking about one versus rest, in logistic regression, we know that we actually try to solve a binary classification problem. Now, suppose if I have a problem statement over here, and suppose if I have two categories, which looks like this, right? So this is my two classes. Now, in order to solve this particular binary classification problem, I try to draw a best fit line in between them, and then we try to solve this particular problem, right? Now, what if my output categories are multiple categories like this? Suppose I have over here as star, suppose this is one of the things, this is my another classification category, right? And suppose this is my another category. Now suppose if I have this kind of problem statement, can we solve with the help of logistic regression? And yes, it is definitely possible. There is something called as one versus rest. Now in one versus rest, what we do is that this particular model will do that is that it will try to group this two. Like suppose there are three categories over here. At one time, it will try to group these two categories as one category. Like suppose these two categories will be treated as negative category. This category will be treated as positive category. Now considering this, the model will actually create M1 model. Okay. Now in the next category, in the next iteration, what will happen is that in the next thing is that another model M2 is actually created. And now what it does is that in the M2 category, first of all, it will consider this two categories as one. Okay. And this separate category as a positive category. Okay, in the second case. Now based on the number of categories, again, since there are total three categories, in the next iteration the model M3 will be created, wherein these two categories will be treated as one and this particular category will be treated as a separate positive category. So like this combination will be taken up. Now if I consider this particular example, you can see over here, suppose I have feature F1, F2, F3. This is my independent feature. I have an output feature over here as O1, O2, O3. So these are all my output features. Based on the input I1, I2, I3, the output is got as O1. Okay. Similarly, if my input is I4, I5, I6, my output is O2. So like this, all the records I have actually having over here. Now, how this all categories will get splitted? Now, what it will do is that now I have suppose three categories O1, O2, O3. Okay. Now, considering this scenario, what I told you that whenever I have O1, that will be treated as +1. Okay, then I have O2 and O3 will be treated as -1. Now similarly for O2, in this particular case, this will be -1, this will get treated as +1 and again -1. O3, -1, -1, this will be treated as +1. So like this, all the combination will be taken up. Now here you have +1, then again here you have -1, -1. Now similarly in O2, you have over here as -1, +1 and -1. Now considering this, logistic regression, when we are using one versus rest, the first model that it will create, they are going to take this independent features, all the independent features, right? Apart from that, they will take this first output one feature, which will be my output feature. And based on this, they will create the model M1. Okay. So the model M1 will be able to find out whether it is O1, whether O1 is positive or it is negative or not. Okay. Now similarly in the next model, that is what it is going to do is that it is going to take this input feature and the output feature will be taken in this particular column. That is my O2. And for this, again, the next model M2 will get created. Okay. And similarly for this particular data, final my output, this will be my M3 model. Now you may be considering that if I give a new test data, how will the model actually find out? How will the logistic regression find out the output? So whenever I'm giving a new test data, this whole model, this M1, M2, M3 model, first of all, this whole input feature will go to the M1 model. And when it goes to the M1 model, it will give us one probability value. Suppose this gives us 0.20. My M1 model gave me the answer as 0.20, which is my probability. Then my M2 model basically will give another probability like 0.30. Okay, or I can say it as 0.25, suppose. Okay, 0.25. Then the same data set will be given to the M3 model, and suppose the output is somewhere over here as 0.55. Now you can see the sum of all this thing is actually 1. Okay, then it will go and check which is giving the highest probability. Suppose my M3 model is giving the highest probability of 0.5. That basically means my new test data belongs to O3 category, because my final output, that is this O3, is basically having the highest probability, okay, from all this 2 that we are actually comparing. So this is how OneVsRest is actually implemented. Independently we'll be creating M1, M2, M3 model, and we are not doing it. Internally the logistic regression is working on that, and for that, to set this particular parameter, there is some parameter called as Mutliclass, and there you have to set it as OVR, okay, when you are doing the coding mechanism. It is pretty much simple. I'll also give you a link where you can see that how it is actually implemented. There is just one parameter called as Mutliclass. We have to set it as OVR. Automatically it will treat, you can solve any classification problem in that particular way. And remember, for every new test data, how many number of categories we have, that many number of output values we will be getting. Which will be having the highest probability, you can consider that as your output. So for my new test data, I've got this kind of output. You can see that 0.55 is the highest. That basically means that it is belonging to the O3 category. So this is how the logistic regression OneVsRest is actually implemented. I've already uploaded all the videos regarding logistic regression. This was the part 3. So I hope you like this particular video. Please do subscribe the channel if you have not already subscribed. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day. Thank you one and all. Bye bye.